home if you're listening with all these technical difficulties that we're trying to have. Of course, we have Maldivo in the house. It is the Wednesday for the Engage Men's Health feature. Mel, what up?
I'm good, thanks to yourself.
All good, man. All good, all good, all good.
And
I'm good. I'm also.
been a while.
Yeah.
I've missed you guys.
We missed you last week. Boom!
No,
This
last
guy.
week when cartel any to be broke when LT. When I'm broke, I don't like appearances. I want to show face. I want to be honest to everybody.
Okay, so are you sorted?
Not really, but
Are you living your life?
Magne cash nyana, then I can at least
Here and
prove
there.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel
get
like
you.
for
I
me,
understand.
breathing is a rent. It's a bag.
Right?
It's
Oh
a
man.
bag.
So now, welcome back
Yes.
after your sabbatical.
Yeah.
So what do you have for us today?
Today I'm talking about SGBV within the MSM community.
Okay.
Yes, sexual gender-based violence. So it's termed as gender-based violence that is referred to or rather aligned to a violence because of somebody's sexual orientation,
Okay.
gender,
Yes.
or yeah, you know.
So the term is SGBV, no?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's sexual gender-based violence within the MSM community.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's violence mostly experienced by men who have sex with other men. Obviously, it's a diaspora. It's an umbrella term that I'm using right now.
Yes.
because I'm not picking out whether it's gay, bisexual, transgender, or but yeah, basically it's that. You know, because of their sexuality.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now remember, with how we term gender-based violence, we just term it gender-based violence. We don't have
Yes.
when you report a case as an MSM man or as a gay man, transgender man, or whatsoever, when you go and report, the case is not probably taken seriously because, you know, it's from the same-sex relationship.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, henceforth the term sexual gender-based violence.
Oh, so the sexual talks to the same sex
The sexual orientation.
or sexual orientation,
Yeah.
not the gender.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly, because I get it with gender, it's just gender-based violence.
Yes.
So which means that it's outcasting, you know, the umbrella gang, the queer
Rainbow Society,
rainbow nation.
the alphabet gang.
It's not even a gang anymore.
The
It's a
alphabet
whole
gang.
house. It's a household now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is because I feel like a gang is a small population of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be
yeah.
5 and more. Now it's even.
It's billions.
It's even more than that.
Yeah, right?
It's even more than that.
So yeah, and so in terms of the SGBV, right? Of course, it might be difficult for men to admit, especially those who are in the closet,
Yes.
to go and report a case, police station, social worker, clinic, for that matter. What are some of the steps they can take?
There are various steps that you know, victims could take, obviously, and we've got a victim support package that we also have as Engage Men's Health, where we have health services for them, right?
All right.
Because remember, it does not just occur at you know, within a relationship with a partner, but it could occur at a certain institution or whatsoever. So we've got various packages that we have that are, you know, supporting them in terms of physical, psychological, and emotional, and financial as well. Yeah, I guess.
Financial.
The last part.
Hey,
Isn't financial risky?
Let me not incriminate myself
Hey.
so much.
Isn't financial risky? Because I know.
No, let me not say
I
financial.
feel like guys will just roll up at you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
man.
Because
Because
yeah.
they did me bad.
Not really when I LT. Excuse me for being, you know, a bit too harsh in terms of that. But we've got, as I've said, we've got health services where we offer services such as PrEP, and arts, which
Yes.
is our main selling point in terms of health is concerned, right? And risk reduction is concerned. And we've got other psychosocial stakeholders that we work with as well, so that they can get assistance in terms of, you know, mentally, and so that they can get over the trauma or, you know, get recurring assistance in terms of ongoing or, you know, past experiences that they've experienced. You know, We've got safety and shelter, where we can refer to some other stakeholders that have resources where they can accompany them in terms of they've been chased away from their homes, families, or from also relationships as well. Let's say somebody was staying with a partner and now
Yes.
they no longer, stay together because now siyashayana, and so therefore we also offer support in terms of that, and we've got legal assistance as well, whereby we've got a paralegal advice that they can get as well for free.
Yes.
And
Now, in terms of the SGBV,
yes.
is it a big thing, or are the numbers, would the numbers be, I don't want to say equal, or are they close to the what is the correct term, heteronormative numbers, where it would be a man versus a woman or a woman versus a man? How are the numbers? Do you have any sort of scale or estimation in terms of the rate at which it happens amongst the MSM community?
The thing is, not all cases are reported.
True.
Not
Yes.
all cases make it to be reported and to also be counted in terms of stats is concerned. So these are hate crimes that also derive largely into or from the rural areas as well.
True.
Where they are inkosi as well. That prohibits those cases to go into further, hearings and making sure that those cases are also heard of, or people are aware of those cases, because also the same chiefs in rural areas are somewhat impacting on those.
On the stigma.
On the stigma.
We actually spoke about this a bit earlier on in terms
stigma
of
and discrimination.
Yes.
Because certain rural areas, people are not allowed to, to live their lives freely. You cannot be fully yourself as a transgender man or as a transgender woman, or you cannot even be involved in a same-sex relationship because it's a taboo.
It's still the early 1900s.
It's still the early 1900s. So it's a very vague number that would come and present, obviously, because
True.
that would mean that we're not depicting what's happening on the groundwork.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And not all cases also make it through or continue with also being heard out.
Heard. So you'll find that a docket went missing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just
Alright.
a docket, or we can't continue with this case because there's not enough evidence as well. The perpetrators were not found.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
So
yes.
there would be missing links in between and what.
Or they just didn't look.
They just didn't look. Yeah.
So wow. That
Or
is
the
crazy.
perpetrator would actually be, would go to incarceration but would come back as well
Yeah.
within a few months of time. And you still live with the same person that has, so it's a very, it's
In your book, what should be done to sort of course, it's saying to stop it is reaching for at this point in time. I'm not saying it's going to be a forever thing, but at this point in time would be reaching to say to just now further to just eradicate it, to sort of slow it down or sort of mellow out the numbers. What do you think can possibly be done to from a legal standpoint?
First of all, I think we should all understand that we are under a constitution that binds us as South African citizens.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So therefore,
With rights and responsibilities.
with rights and responsibilities.
Yes, of
And
course.
we have the rights, everybody has the right of freedom, security, and that means that nobody can be, victimized against or tortured because of their gender or sexual orientation.
Yes.
So it's degrading, it's inhuman, and it's just not right. It's not allowed.
It's a violation of
It's a
basic
violation,
human rights.
yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like also from the top tier of our government and everything that binds us as South African citizens, it should be emphasized enough, not just in written, but also it should be, I think the government should do more. There should be more
That's true.
awarenesses,
That's true.
And I always hear our president, when addressing, also inclusively says that in whatever address that he's making, my fellow South Africans,
Yes.
even the LGBTQ LGBTQI community.
Yes.
And I feel like it's just, you know, it's, for me, it feels like a teaser because nothing much more is said in terms of...
Doesn't that sound like an exclusion?
It is an exclusion as well.
You know, to me, there's... Shouldn't you just be fellow South Africans?
Yes.
From jump? Or do you want to be... Do you want the special mention?
Not exclusively, so...
You understand? I mean, do you want the special mention featuring...
Like fellow South African does it.
You know, I feel like we are all South Africans.
We are all South Africans. But when we talk about gender-based violence also,
sure.
or when the president or anybody else
yes.
in such a state, I think such hate crimes are not mentioned enough or are not, you know, are not spoken about.
I agree fully.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's gender violence against women and children abuse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it stops
Women
there.
and children
Yeah.
abuse.
Yes. And then it stops there.
What about the other population?
That's
what
true.
about the other masses?
Yeah.
What about the hate crimes? What about the corrective rapes? You know? Because rape is just rape, and rape is not exclusively also mentioned in as corrective rape, whereby a lot of lesbian women are raped because of their being gender corrected.
And gay men.
Gay men as well.
Yes.
Yes. Because a person would feel the need to sleep with you forcefully because they would say, because you think you are a man.
Yes.
Sorry, you think you are a woman.
So
let
take
me give
this.
you what you want.
Yes.
And without any consent whatsoever.
And now you think you're a man, so we want to change you back to being a woman.
Change you, and I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna give you on what you're missing out. It's very, very traumatizing.
Yes.
Emotionally, mentally. And I feel like such issues are not spoken highly about or aggressively, and you'd find that it's just in the media we find that it's certain shows probably that would address on certain topics just once in a while vaguely,
and they skim over them, you know. That's very vague, the content is very vague.
It's not dealt with deeply, and I feel like as a South African we need to correct such things as well. You know, what we put out there, what messaging are we putting out there as well, and how we also portray these stories and messages, and also how we narrate them is very important, you know. So I feel like we're just not doing enough. We're just not doing enough, you know. We are coexisting with each other, but we've got friends as allies and brothers and family members, and I feel like also allies, with allies they tend to turn a blind eye on the issues that are happening, because it starts from a smaller thing of getting the right pronouns as well.
Yes.
You know, introducing your fellow, you know, queer friends and family members. Hi, this is Sisipo, my gay friend. It doesn't matter if they're a gay friend or not. You know, they are human at the end of the day, as you stated. It does not matter.
I had a conversation. Sorry, Mal. I had a conversation with a friend recently, where she said, "I'm going out with so and so, so and so, so and so, and so and so, my gay cousin." And I was like, "Does he have to be your gay cousin? I mean, would it not be enough to just be your cousin? Do you understand? Just to be your cousin. It's like saying my white friend.
Yeah.
You know, or meet Mel, my blonde haired friend. Can't Mel just be my friend? You know, and then of course there's the pronouns that we still have to get right. You know, and as we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago,
and the learning and unlearning.
The learning and unlearning, because I find myself having to correct myself on a daily basis. You know, especially when it comes to you, Mel, and we interact a lot. So find myself saying he. I think it was the beginning of this show, for that matter. And I was like, wait, correction, she. You know. So I'm trying. I'm trying.
No, it's not a problem, LT. If one makes a mistake, they are always allowed to, you know, to actually rectify it.
Yes,
as long as you're willing to learn and unlearn as well.
True.
And understand and open up to getting to know better, you know, about the community as well.
Right.
So that you also, in your small circle or in your community, you can teach others that don't know.
Of
Where
course.
you've got influence, you could just impart the 2 cents worth of information that you've got.
Yeah.
It starts.
And we have the platforms.
It just starts there.
We all have the platforms,
Right.
and we need to utilize them.
Utilize it to the best of our ability
Exactly.
as well to
That's
make
true.
a better South Africans for ourselves and the upcoming generations.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're seeing that the millenniums, we spoke about this the other
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
We've got a very, very harsh and aggressive, aware, lit and very aware of themselves, a millenniums generation that are growing up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a problem, spearheading into the future or when they're growing up now, because we've got these bunch of adults or, post 80s and whatnot, individuals that are,
Yes.
are still cooked up in their own generation of school of life and learning
Yeah.
things and social,
Very true.
societal norms. And if we don't meet each other halfway, it's going to be really a
There's going to be a major explosion.
in the workspace,
Yes.
in coexisting with each other, in just everything. And we're going to have a clash of ideas.
Yes, and
it's going to-
ideologies for that matter.
Right?
Yes.
And it's not progressive in any relationship or any
It doesn't help anybody.
space,
It doesn't help anybody because we have this one pushing this way and we have this one pushing this way. And there's nobody who's saying, wait, hold on, guys. Let's now try and find, a platform
common
where
ground.
we can all reach a common ground and say, okay, fine, this is where we are going, Older
And
people, we want to teach you guys. Younger people, we want to, learn or unlearn a few things, but we need time.
Yeah.
You understand?
We need a lot of time.
Yeah, we need time. This is not will never be an overnight fix.
Never.
Will never be. And the more we try, because we live in that sort of generation now, where we want 24-hour fixes. Where things must
Can't
happen every
microwave
night.
things.
Not everything is gonna be fixed by an app.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Not everything is going to be fixed by a hashtag.
Even hashtags, DJ LT, they yes, they are influential because they spread and they spearhead into different spaces and people,
Yes.
and they've got so much influence. But what are we doing at the end of the day with those hashtags? What are we doing at the end of the day with the statistics that those hashtags are presenting?
Presenting.
Those hashtags are the awareness that is presenting to us. We need it to be the change that we want to see as well.
But look at it
It
this.
starts with when, as an individual,
Of course.
willing and admitting that I will start with this, right?
Yes.
And it also spearheads because you yourself as an individual have got so much influence in your friendship circle and in your family circle as well.
Yes.
So if you could at least reach an ear
Or two.
it makes
A day.
It makes a difference.
Yes. No, that's true.
It does
That's
make a
true. And I wanted to touch on hashtags. My only concern with hashtag activism is the fact that they can easily be refreshed.
Exactly what I'm saying.
We do it over the second hour of the show. Now we're 15 minutes into the final hour of the show. Do you think hashtag engage men's health would still be at number one if we started at if we started at 3:00? Would it still be at number one?
No.
Exactly.
But
So
don't you think that if somebody said something to you, it would not ring a bell over your head? If I taught you something, just a small a 2 cents of information.
Sure.
Don't you think you'll walk away with that treasure for at least a life?
that you didn't find on the internet,
Right.
that you didn't find on a
Exactly my
hashtag.
point,
Yes,
exactly.
if me and Lilo were talking about this is what I found.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I fully agree with that.
Or
I
this
fully
is,
agree.
did you know?
Yeah,
Right? I guess there was
easiest way to get someone
Did
to
you
know.
know?
Did you know?
There's that chippy section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Wow, this is amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we're
remember,
moving.
Remember somewhat the things that we've learned on the chippies thing.
Yes.
But as you said, that trends are evolving and are
Exactly.
easily can be replaced.
Yes. Yes.
And with that, we need to understand, we need to place ourselves also rightfully so and understand that in as much as we are a trendful, generation nowadays, but we need to also make sure that we don't just hashtag and trend and leave it there. But
Yeah.
We need to
hashtag and walk it there
Yes.
as well. Take it to that mile.
we need to also stay with the basics, which entails not getting tired. Not being lazy, not being easily discouraged.
Another thing,
Yeah.
we need to learn to not turn a blind eye.
Yes.
In as much as we're
More
not-
especially.
but
I think that's the
thing is,
biggest one.
We tend to turn a blind eye
Yes.
to anything that probably does not affect us directly.
Yeah.
We'd want us to affect us directly.
Yeah,
If it's
so
indirect,
that
then
we
you feel
can,
like it's okay not to happen, And I feel like it's till when? Do you want to be part of, you know, so that it affects you as well? Do you probably want to experience the MSM, you know, SGBV? Do you want to see somebody from your family so that you can know that it's happening?
It's happening.
And
Would
it's
you
wrong?
like your brother or your cousin to be,
Because you never know, because some family members don't even speak
True.
about their sexuality.
Exactly.
And you never know how they are also on the outside world or in the spaces that they also feel in. So it's better that even though you don't know, just speaking about it at home, it's very pivotal and important, and it could make a difference.
A major difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Masibege Mel, thank you very much for coming, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Or my sister, yes. See?
Thank
See?
you so much.
I'm there.
I actually had, I don't know, I felt like an Oprah Winfrey there or a Gail.
Gail King.
Yeah.
You were within. You were within. You were flowing there. You were flowing.
We're not speaking about Utloflof. We only speak about silly things.
You understand?
Like,
Yeah.
we're like, we are touching the heart.
We're building. We're building. We're building. Main All right, man. So that is Mel Devo. Catch her next week, guys. For the engagement men's health feature. She will be back Wednesday, 5 o'clock. So yeah, thank you very much. We will be seeing you next week, man. Thank you so much. Music, this is Sheena and Let the Beat Hit Them. This is the original 12-inch mix. Next week, Wednesday, same time. 5